Awesome. Look. Cool. Um, okay, so I wanted to live stream this because I feel like, yeah, vlogs are sometimes just as effective, but I feel like it's when you haven't rehearsed it over and over again in your head for recording, it feels more like a heart to heart. Okay, so I was watching a video earlier. I didn't watch the whole thing because it was an hour long, but I am going to watch the rest eventually. It was a voice by, no, not a voice, a video by, I think, let me look it up. It, it's, it just made me think. That creepy reading, yeah. It's called Night in the Woods Saved My Life. And the part where he talks about anxiety, it just kind of stuck with me. I know I didn't really show that in the stream for the visual novel that I did, but I guess it just took time to process. My brain had to take time to process that I was, that I felt like it stuck with me. I don't know. I mean, like, at least now it's sticking with me. I, some of you may know, I went through my fair share of bullying. So I think because of that, I also have a lot of anxiety. Now, I know my bullying case was not nearly as bad as some other people's. And I have parents and family that I can talk to, and some people don't even have that. And it breaks my heart that that's true. That some people don't have someone to go to, or at least they feel like they don't. I I think part of the reason why I have such social anxiety and I'm so self-conscious about myself is the fact that one of my sisters, actually all of my sisters, pretty much when I was younger, they pretty much ignored me and just kind of didn't talk to me at all, didn't try to make an effort to play with me or anything like that. And thankfully we've all mostly grown out of it, but it just kind of hurt to be treated that way. Now I know that's not in any way my fault, and I know it's only it's not all their fault because they didn't know that that would have that kind of effect on me. I mean, if they did, I'd be pretty concerned about their mental health. But I just uh, I spent so long keeping emotions in because I want to stay strong for my friends, for my family, and because my friends and family are important to me. If I didn't have my family, I don't have a lot of confidence in saying, well, I basically, if I didn't have family and friends, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be on YouTube. I might have, I might not even be here physically. Um, and I know yawn, cry, yeah, you get over it type of thing. I can understand if people think that oh, you're just an attention seeker. That's fine. If you don't, if you don't agree, or sorry, if you don't agree with something I say, or don't care, just move on. I honestly, I don't care what you think. And I'm sorry if that seems insensitive, but I just don't care. This comes from me. From my heart. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to try and convince you that I'm trying to speak the truth. So, I didn't go through nearly as much bullying or as bad of bullying than other people did. And I'm not trying to say, oh, pay attention to me. Oh, I'm important. Like, I am so miserable right now. No, I'm extremely happy right now. I mean, I have friends, I have family, I've helped people, even if there were a lot of people I've helped. Even just a few people that I've helped just makes my day. It makes my day whenever I make someone else's day. Right now, I'm very happy. Anxiety is extremely hard to get rid of, to the point where I'm pretty sure it's impossible to fully get rid of it. I I love Thomas Sanders, and his series, Sandersides, has made me cry more times than I am willing to admit. I mean, I like staying strong for my, because I feel like if I don't if I start crying, then people who really need to cry will not will like feel like they can't depend on me to focus on my own problems and also theirs. And because of that mindset that I've had for years, it's hard for me to cry sometimes. Um, there there was one point where I was extremely scared because my Aunt Ruth died, and I felt nothing, pretty much. Like, obviously, I felt sad that she was gone, but I didn't cry, and I felt like I should have. And I know there's this thing where everyone deals with their own emotions differently, but at that moment, I felt like it was a crime to not be sad. I mean, yeah, I was sad, but I wasn't crying because I knew that I would see her again someday, and she was in a better place. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Everyone is has a right to their own opinion. Um, but it's just sometimes I feel like my difficulty in crying is unnatural. But then we go on to the subject of anxiety. Now, anxiety is a very prominent emotion in my life. Pretty sure that's the right way of saying it. I There have been times where my anxiety and fears have kept me up all night, actually. And then eventually I end up falling asleep, but it takes a lot longer than usual to do that. Um, and I've only had a panic attack about 3 times in my life, I believe. it's still not good to have panic attacks, even if it is only 3 times, because panic attacks can be extremely bad and unhealthy. Um, but all throughout all those, I had this sense to go to my mom. I know a lot of adults just don't seem to understand how hard it is for teenagers. I mean, obviously, teenagers don't have a job, they don't have to pay rent and stuff like that. Obviously, they don't have to worry about that stuff, but they still have their own things to worry about. And I just feel like it's really insensitive when a parent goes, "Oh, you're fine. You're a kid. You shouldn't be feeling anxious. What are you talking about?" Because it's like people forget how they felt when they were young. And I personally hope that I never forget how it feels to be this way, to be a teenager, to be anxious about school, about friends, about the future. I have, as I said, a lot of anxiety. And it's sometimes hard for me to put it into words the way I can feel sometimes. It has gotten so bad to the point where sometimes I have to check under my bed to make sure there's nothing there. But in a way, that's a good thing. Checking under my bed makes me know that there's nothing under there. There's no one under there. And yeah, sure, sometimes I'll be panicking and be like, what the are the doors locked? But the thing about that is that sometimes the doors aren't locked. So I feel like me thinking that sent a signal to my brain and signal to my everything to get up and go lock the doors. Like, obviously you shouldn't worry 24/7. Oh, did I lock my door? Did I lock my door? Did I get my keys? Blah 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 blah. Blah. Yeah. I feel like some people can be extremely oversensitive about stuff. Like, let's see. Someone loses their keys. Like, yeah, that's a bad thing, but it's not so much of a big deal that you need to tell every single person, "Oh, I lost my keys," blah 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 blah, and just rattle on about it. I mean, if they're okay with you talking on and on about that kind of stuff, then that's fine. If they want to listen to you, that's fine. I just feel like a lot of people over exaggerate with the things they lose. Like, if you lose your glasses, I mean, sure, it sucks, but you can get replacements. And I don't mean, I'm sorry if I'm coming off as insensitive or aggressive. I'm just speaking what I believe. Um, I'm trying to think of anything else that I am forgetting. But yeah, there have been up to 3 times where I've had panic attacks. I've had a panic attack and had to go to my mom in the middle of the night. And the only way I know that I'm having a panic attack is that I'm shivering, I'm trembling, I feel uncomfortable, I feel dread. and it just looms over me. One other thing that's helped me immensely through life is music. Some of you may know that I love to sing. I've sang for years. My mom and dad said once that I was singing before I could speak, like I was imitating the doorbell and stuff like that. And I think that's funny, but I love singing. I used to think I wanted to make it into a career, but then I was like, I don't feel like I deserve that. And I don't feel like I have enough responsibility to become a rock star or whatever. I'm still growing, I'm still learning, I'm still maturing. And I just feel like if I do get into that kind of stuff, into singing and things like that, I need to be prepared and be fully equipped. So I think that's all. I just, I wanted to talk. Even if no one watches this, even if no one cares, I just wanted to get it out there. Oh, no, actually, I know some of you care. I know that. But those people who do care might not even see this stream later on, which is okay. I wanted to get it out there. I wanted to talk to help, hopefully, things for myself, like help me to feel better. And it worked. I feel a lot better after sharing that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm very sorry if any of you are worried about me. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm okay. Now, I'm just thinking, which is very dangerous for me, to be honest. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. I hope you sprouts, will watch this, and I hope in some way it helped you. One thing my mom always tells me whenever I tell her I'm having a panic attack, whenever I am having a panic attack, and she's helping me, she says, just remember that they're lies. When you hear voices in your head that say you're worthless, that say you're ugly, fat, too skinny, any of those, any bad thing that you could be described as, any anything like that, they're lies. Alright, bye. I'll see you guys next time.